Hello everybody, Pokey here with another episode of Steins Gate Zero. And when we last left off, we were talking to Maho and Dr. Leskinen, and they had their presentation, and I think, we're about to meet an AI version of Kurisu, and I'm not sure how we're gonna handle that, how Okabe is gonna handle that. Let me just check and make sure we got all the tips. Yep. Alright. Let's begin. The room was about 2.5 meters per side. At one end was a white desk, and above it was a PC with a built-in 30-inch screen monitor. Sit just behind me. There was a small sofa that let you sit behind the user and see what was happening on the screen. I sat there. Maho powered on the PC and began to type. A second later, the words Amadeus system appeared on screen. I see Amadeus. I don't know. I saw her put the ID in. Salieri. Salieri? Salieri and Amadeus, huh? Oh. Was there some meaning to that? Come to think of it, in the famous movie Amadeus, there was a character who was spiteful and jealous of Mozart's incredible talents, but who, in the bottom of his heart, admired him more than anyone else. That character's name was Salieri. I'll just check that out. Alright, Salieri. Antonio Salieri, 1750 to 1825, an Italian composer who lived in the same time as Mozart. He was court composer at Vienna for many years, and trained such famous composers as Beethoven, Schubert, and Liszt. Amadeus is Latin for beloved of God, and the middle name of the Austrian composer Mozart. There is also a play and movie about Mozart of the same name. Wolfgang Amadeus Mozart, 1765 to 1791, an Austrian composer. Along with Haydn and Beethoven, he is one of the most famous classical composers. He began to write songs at the age of 5, and left us over 600 masterpieces. In the modern era, he is often referred to as a genius, and there are many stories about him. That character's name was Salieri. Don't look at the password. Don't look at the password. Maho moved her body to hide her hands. I looked away. She finished logging into the system, and a simple bare command prompt appeared on screen. Are you ready? Yeah, do it. Maho entered several commands at the prompt. Sorry, I can't show you this. Well, I wouldn't be able to make any sense of it. Still, you know how it is. She turned off the monitor. Then she spun around to face me. ... I suddenly realized I was clenching my fists. How long had I been doing that? My hands were sweaty, and there was a red spot at the base of my thumb where my nails had dug in. Was I more nervous than I realized? Yes. What is it? Oh, just I'm starting to get a little scared. There's still time. You can just leave now. You're pretty mean. Really? I'm worried about you. Then act like it. Seriously, you, Kurisu, you lab girls. For a second, the old joking me was about to come back. I quickly changed the subject. People who spend all their time doing experiments can be so rude. That's a clear case of slander. I can sue you for defamation if I want. Stop, you're scaring me. I know a good lawyer. Want me to introduce you? How about you stop suing me first? Wink. If you want to talk about a settlement, you're going to need a lot of cash. I'll buy you a Dr. P later. You're so cheap. I heard a small sound from the back of her throat. I guess she was laughing. Normally, I'd find that irritating, but strangely, coming from the girl in front of me, no, she was a grown woman, actually, I didn't. Maho Hyajo was very strong-willed, with the prickliness and short temper unique to scientists. She always seemed to be a little upset about something. But maybe she wasn't that bad. Oh, I see. Maho. She's a lot like Kurisu. Oh, jeez. When I first met Kurisu, she was like that. Arrogant, rude, never willing to change her mind, stubborn, hard-headed, and always ready to confront you with raised eyebrows whenever you said something she didn't like. I truly thought I'd never seen a more unlikable woman. But despite my first impression, on the inside, she turned out to be fragile, easily hurt, and so kind and so lovable. It's because she was a tsundere. What's so funny, Maho? Woman's voice. I suddenly heard a girl's voice from the speaker. Oh, is that her? Oh! I found myself jumping off the sofa. I knew this voice. I couldn't forget it. I could never. Maho turned on the monitor. The girl I'd never forgotten appeared on the screen. Maybe it was based off her appearance at the brain science lab, because she was wearing a white lab coat. The PC's camera turned toward me on its own. Who is this? Ugh, I'm so gonna be so bad with girl voices. Ugh. Maho's introducing me. But I didn't hear anything she was saying. I simply stared, entranced. This is not gonna go well. I wanted to reach out my hands. I wanted to touch her. She was right there. Nice to meet you, Rintaro Okabe. I'm Kurisu Makise. I look forward to working with you. Oh. Ooh. Turn to the volume. Oh, are we in a new chapter or something? What the? Oh! Oh! That entire sequence before and now was just a cold open. Okay, I see. Oh my goodness. Okabe Rintaro. No, okay, I'm not gonna try and pronounce all of these names. Was that a new character? I don't know. If that was a previous character, they looked a little bit weird and I didn't recognize them. I didn't catch the name. Sorry I'm not saying much, I'm just kinda like awestruck. Oh, Steins Gate 0. Achievement unlocked. Missing link. Closed epigraph. So this is the real chapter 1, I assume. Unless they do that like cutscene every time it changes chapters. Psychologist. Alright, Mr. Okabe, try to relax. My voice is a bridge guiding you down into the past. You're going down and down and down, and then you see a gentle colored light. I was dreaming. Daydreaming. I was aware that I was lying on a big sofa undergoing counseling. I tried my best to stay calm and imagine what the psychologist was telling me. What color is the light? Oh. Red. Red, I see. The person you care about is standing in the light. Are they your family? No. Then your friend? Or perhaps lover? Lover? No, not my lover. Not even my friend. Then what are they? He and I are... Memories came flooding back into my mind like a geyser. Could you come with me for a moment? What? Ugh. Oh no, don't make me remember this. Mayuri Shina is not needed. Tell me. I know you used the time leap machine. Save Mayuri. Go to the Beta World Line, the world line where Mayuri doesn't die. Not just for your sake, but for mine as well. Aww. Will you remember me? My heartstrings, no. Am I going to die? I don't want to die. Ah! Mr. Okabe! I killed her. It was me. Listen to me. I'm going to pat you on the shoulders. When I do, you will be fully awake. 3, 2, 1, now. There was a loud sound. Then I felt an impact on my shoulders. Kurisu's suffering face disappeared instantly, and I could feel my consciousness awakening. Oi. I stood up off the sofa. I felt dizzy and almost fell over. Are you alright? Rest a minute. I'll bring you a towel right now. The psychologist left the room. I realized I was soaked in sweat. The air conditioner was working, so I could tell it wasn't from the heat. It was the first time I tried hypnotherapy at a mental health clinic. My body felt strangely heavy. Was that a flashback? Shoot, I wasn't paying attention to the dates. Yeah, this is after what already happened. Let's check out the tips. Dr. P, the abbreviation for a type of carbonated beverage first served in America during the 1800s. At present, it's only available in eastern Japan and some other small areas. It has a very unique taste, and its secret recipe is a combination of over 20 flavors. Huh, I wonder what that could be. Hypnotherapy, a method of therapy where the patient is placed in a hypnotic state, and the therapist acts directly on their subconscious mind to remove the psychological traumas that lead to mental illness. In Japan, there is no government certification system for hypnotherapy, but therapeutic associations do offer their own certifications. Certified hypnotherapists are sometimes called hypnosis technicians. When I got outside, it was night. It was almost December, and the wind was cold. Oh my goodness, that's adorable. How was it, Okri? Mayuri Sheena asked me gently. Mayuri was a high school student and my childhood friend. She'd come with me to counseling today. I told her I didn't need her to, but she'd left school early to come. All I ever did was make her worry. Around 3 months ago, my one obsession had been saving her. To me, she had always been someone I had to protect, and now she was worried about me. It was only because of Mayuri's recommendation that I tried counseling. Whoa. Got a sec, Uncle Okarang? Oh my gosh, there's one that's but I refuse. Oh my gosh. What do I do? I want to do but I refuse, but... you know what? I'll do it. But I refuse. You sure? If you're wondering about whether to hit Sampo or go curry for dinner, I can help you with that. Anything more involved? No. Those aren't the only places I eat. Forget it, I'll handle it myself. You can talk to me about it another time. Thanks. Oh my gosh. Okay, this is starting to get weird. The stickers are cute, but they have a Moeka sticker. I don't know. Are these like real things? I don't know. It's pretty cool. Alright. It's not that bad, they said. I told her a small lie to make her feel better. Wait. Actually, they told me that I had suffered serious trauma. They'd stopped the hypnotherapy and given me a course of counseling and drugs. Now they wanted to wait and see the results. Basically, they decided there was nothing to do but to treat my symptoms and wait for it to heal naturally. I couldn't tell if what Maho had shown me yesterday was having an effect. I underwent treatment without telling the psychologist about the time machine or the world lines or most of the things that had happened, so maybe there was no way for them to make a proper diagnosis. In any event, I decided not to think too much about the results. Hey Mayuri, you haven't eaten yet, right? Want to go get some food? I'll treat you. Oh, can we go to Akihabara then? Luca and Ferris say they haven't seen you in forever, and they want to meet up. Akihabara, huh? The clinic was in walking distance of my house. Akihabara was much further away. But even so, I couldn't turn down Mayuri's request. Ah, this looks familiar. Unless I'm going crazy. Until the events of this summer, I'd gone there almost every day. In fact, I practically lived there. Lately, I only went 3 times a week, at the absolute most. And then only to go shopping on the way home from school. We went out into the plaza in front of the station. Just like in Ikebukuro, even though it was only a month until Christmas, there were barely any decorations. I was sure the whole place would be covered in them the minute it was December 1st. Eventually, I was sure to see maids in Santa outfits. Maids in Santa outfits passing out flyers in Akihabara, huh? Akihabara could be really weird. Oh, it's Ferris and Luca! Tuturu! Yeah, oh my gosh! Meow? Hyoma! Okabe! Mayuri! Ferris and Luca must have been waiting. They ran over as soon as they saw us. Whoa. I missed you, Nya! Ferris Nyan Nyan jumped at me without the slightest hesitation. She was a maid, and Ferris wasn't her real name. I knew her real name, but if I didn't call her Ferris at all times, even when she wasn't working, she'd get mad at me. She was wearing the same outfit she always wore, her work clothes from her job at the May Cafe, May Queen Nyan squared. Was May Queen going to switch to Santa outfit soon? Yeah. Was May Queen going to switch to Santa outfit soon? Stop it, everybody's looking at us. I tried to pull Ferris off me, but it wasn't working. Maybe I should just steal the cat ears off her head. Who cares, Nya? All that matters right now is Ferris and Kioma. Oh my gosh, it's Nepeta all over again. I care, and stop calling me Kioma. Meow, why? I've consigned that name to my dark past. Meow. Ferris looked upset, but I decided to ignore her. Kioma Hyoin was part of a past I'd sealed away. I decided to pretend he never existed. He had meddled with the forbidden invention called the Time Machine, and as a result, the systems that ruled the world had punished him. He dashed the hopes of many, lost the life of someone he cared for, and his heart had suffered grievous wounds. He must never be awakened again. Oh, I have a feeling that that's gonna change by the time this game ends. I didn't need him anymore. Then what should I call you, Nya? Well, Okabe or something. I think Okarine's a cute name, don't you, Ferris? By the way, Ferris... I don't... Ferris was what Mayuri calls Ferris. She claims it was easier to pronounce or something like that. I'm just gonna keep going with Ferris, even though it might not be pronounced that way. Maybe it's like Ferris or something. Well, if you say so, Mayushi, it still doesn't sound right, though. She looked unsatisfied, but she backed away. Lukako, it's been a while. Yes. Lukako smiled happily. He always looks as beautiful as a pretty girl. But he's a guy. He was a classmate of Mayuri's and could often be seen helping at the Yanabayashi shrine, where his family lived. I probably shouldn't call him Lukako. Just like I told Ferris not to call me Kioma. He had his own name, Luka Urushibara. But calling Lukako Luka after all this time, that would be really embarrassing. It feels like a very long time. I sometimes go to the lab, but you haven't been there much, have you? No, I haven't. I've been busy with school. I had to get ready for ATF too. Even after that was done, I'd been busy with Maho and Dr. Leskinen and then Amadeus. I hadn't had a chance to rest. But I avoided mentioning that to them. Oh, and I'm in a club now. You joined a club? What kind of club, Nya? UFOs? UMAs? Alright, time to check those tips. Dark past. Net slang, an embarrassing part of your history that you would rather not talk about, and that you wish was forgotten. Its origin can be found in a certain famous giant robot anime. Dark past, I don't know. I've always just thought of that as just a thing you say. Yanabayashi Shrine. A shrine in Ikebara. Cross Manseibashi Bridge, and then go down the side street, then go under the bridge there, and you'll see it along the river. Home to many stray cats, as well as Luka Urushibara. UFO, unidentified flying object, usually referred to used to refer to spacecraft piloted by aliens. This term actually describes any kind of flying object whose nature is unknown. That's why it's called that. Unidentified mysterious animal, a creature whose existence has not been confirmed by science. Examples include the Loch Ness Monster, the Yeti, or the Japanese Kappa and Tsuchinoko. The word Yome itself was invented by the Japanese, and no one outside of Japan will recognize it. Yeah, Those are cryptids. Who do you guys think I am? I guess I hadn't told them then. Mayuri, I'm pretty sure I told her. As the two of them looked at me with wide eyes, I cracked a knowing smile and puffed out my chest. The tennis club. What? The people around us all turned to stare at Ferris and Luca. Why the tennis club, Nya? Okabe, have you ever played tennis? Of course not. I may not look it, but I'm terrible at sports. I'm confident I lose to Mayuri at distance running. Then why, Meow? Well, it's a long story, but the associate professor who's my teacher at school is the tennis club's advisor, and they asked me to join. That's not long at all, Nya. Well, I'm not done yet. That teacher's done a lot for me, so I decided to stop by. And it turns out I have a talent for tennis, despite the fact that I'm a beginner. I beat every single one of them. Well, amazing, huh? You really are amazing, Okabe. If I had known, I would have been a pro tennis player. Oh, like Ryoma. Kiyoma and Ryoma. I could see it. You could win Wimbledon. Wimbledon? What's wrong, Ferris? Do you have a headache? I'm not even sure where to begin. That's the most obvious ploy to get new members that I've ever heard, Nya. Don't say that. I had kind of noticed, but I'm trying to avoid thinking about it. But they're all really good people. So you've been busy practicing with your club, then? Oh no, actually I barely go. Huh? Then just what are you doing? Matchmaking parties and stuff. Wow! Their shouts filled the whole street, and once again people turned around to stare. It's not that surprising, is it? I'm a normal college kid. That's true. I'm sorry. That... Luca was fidgeting like he wanted to say something. How can you go after other women when you've got your beautiful Ferris? It's unforgivable, Nya. Don't get the wrong idea, okay? I'm not really interested in girls. In fact, I went along with the rest of the club, but there really wasn't any place for a wannabe normal like myself. There was no way I could keep up with the conversations that the, well, normal normies had. While the other men and women were having fun, I would just kind of sit there. A matchmaking party was a challenge far beyond my capabilities. I wasn't going to tell Ferris and Luca that, though. Aw, that's so nice. Mayushi wants to go to a matchmaking party with Ocarine, too. What? Mayuri wanted to do what? Is she old enough to be interested in that sort of thing? 'Cause that's when everybody gets together and has a fun party, right? Evidently not. Well, it's wrong, but the nuance is a little different, Nya. It's not wrong. We could hold it at the lab. Of course, Luca and Ferris will come. Oh, and Daru and Nai and Suzu. Oh. Mayuri turned to me with a guilty look. Suzu, huh? Suzuha Amane, also known as John Teeter, a time traveler from the year 2036. A true warrior who was still fighting even as I was trying my best to give up. I'd barely seen her since summer. I was avoiding her. Part of the reason I had stopped going to the lab was that she spent all her time there now. Until a month or so ago, just hearing Suzuha's name was enough to cause flashbacks, and it was all I could do to endure them. After 3 months, I could finally stand to hear her name, but I didn't think I could keep it together if I met her in person. Of course, it wasn't her fault, and I wasn't blaming her. So I didn't want her to blame me. She'd never come out and said it, but when she looked at me with that razor-sharp glint in her eyes, I felt something like guilt. Everyone? Mayushi's been planning an operation with Daru. An operation? Sounded like something the old me would have done. Yeah? What kind of operation, yeah? Operation Make Suzu Smile. Huh? Why was Mayuri talking about this out of the blue? No, maybe it wasn't out of the blue. She might have been thinking about it for a long time. So I decided to respond as cheerfully as I could. Tell me about it, Mayuri. Oh. Okay. So Mayushi thinks that Suzu's normally kind of scary, but she's actually a really nice person. Sometimes when I'm in the lab, I'll start to fall asleep on the sofa, and when I wake up, there'll be a blanket over me. When I asked Suzu about it, she said she has no idea, but... Oh, I had a similar experience. My dad once asked me to go shopping for him, and I was having trouble on the way back because I had to carry so much. And then Amane came by, and without saying anything, she took some of the bags from me and carried them. Huh, I had no idea. She said it wasn't a big deal, so I shouldn't tell anybody. Oh, I guess I just did. I see. Ooh. In the Alpha World line, she was a cheerful girl who smiled at everyone, and who loved to go mountain biking. Oh, wow. But in this world line, she wasn't the type who smiled a lot. This was partially due to the way she'd grown up. I'd heard about it third hand from Daru, but because of the universal conscription program that started after World War III broke out, she'd been forced to undergo military training ever since she was in middle school. Yikes! And after that, she'd joined up with the anti-government forces and gotten caught in a terrible struggle. After that, he said she never really smiled. So I want Suzu to really smile. I see. So what's your plan, yeah? A Christmas party! Oh yeah. A Christmas party? A Christmas party? A Christmas party? We all spoke in unison, or one at a time. If you're me. It's almost Christmas, right? And Suzu says she's never been to a Christmas party. So Mayushi wants to give her one as a present. Ferris and Luca nodded at almost the exact same time. Oh. I'm in, yeah. Me too. Thanks. Okuri, will you come too? Huh? Well... You don't want to? It's not that. It's just, I don't think Suzuha would really want me there, do you? I was never going back to the past. I still couldn't forget the look on Suzuha's face when I told her that. It was an expression filled with anger and despair. Despair. She must have felt... I need to stop with the Danganronpa references. This is getting old really fast. She must have felt like her last, most desperate hope was crumbling away right in front of her eyes. The words she'd said to me then were still sharp thorns lodged in my heart. Suzuha doesn't like me, you know. Mayushi doesn't think so. I think she probably regrets the fact that she got mad at you. I think she just can't say it. Really? Yeah, I'm sure of it. I couldn't turn her down after Mayuri said that. Fine, I'll think about it. Okay. By the way, Okabe. There was a bit of hesitation in Luca's voice. How did the doctor's appointment go? Evidently, Luca had heard about my counseling from Mayuri. Maybe he'd wanted to see me because he was worried about how it went. I guess I'm making Lukaku and Ferris worry too. In this world line, they hadn't joined the lab, but even so, they were still dear friends. Oh, I said normal instead of normies back then. Okay. Normies. People who live satisfying and fulfilled normal lives. Examples are people with lots of friends, or people with girlfriends, or people who spend a lot of time at their school clubs, or who go to parties, or who aren't interested in anime, or who go outside Japan during summer break. Huh. I never knew. Flashback. A symptom of post-traumatic stress disorder. Patients who've undergone extreme trauma can suddenly, without warning, find themselves reliving the memories of those experiences. Flashbacks can cause symptoms like palpitations and shaking hands and feet. Lab members. This term refers to official members of the Future Gadget Laboratory, and anyone who's been given this designation has free access to the lab. Lab members are given numbers in the order that they joined. They aren't going to list them off? Okay, never mind. Wait. Oh, but, like, that reminds me, like, at the end of Steins Gate, what was it that happened? He gave the pin to everyone. I like how he still gave a pin to Moeka, even though she was in another world line responsible for the death of Mayuri and countless other people, probably. But I liked how, like, Okabe was like, you know what? You're still a lab mem. I don't know if I would have done that. I never tried hypnotherapy before. It was interesting. I never thought it would work on me, so that was a big surprise. It worked? Perfectly. Huh. I bet Luca Neon wouldn't last a second. Oh, come on. Yeah, I'm sure. Luca would believe anything you told him. Anyway, there was no point standing around forever. I was getting hungry, and it was time to find some place to eat. Oh, someone's at the door. I'll be back. Hey, we're back. Sorry about that, guys. I had to get the door. But anyways, I was actually just about to end off this episode, so we will end it here. And, I'm really worried about, like, what's gonna happen with Rintaro, but I think it's gonna turn out alright in the end, because, like, I mean, obviously, because otherwise how would Steins Gate even happen? So, I will see you guys later. My cat is right next to me. Cat, say goodbye! Okay. Bye!